And then, Snoozer is doing a science experiment. And then I will add this potion, and this potion, and this potion.
What is the potion for?
Snoozer is trying to cure the common cold, but the experiment goes all wrong. Oof, I feel funny. Snoozer changes into a green monster version of Snoozer. I look like Deceiva.
Hey, Snoozer, can you give me a hand?
Goodbye. Me is not Snoozer.
What?
Green Snoozer is not nice. Green Snoozer does not help.
Snoozer, can you help?
No. Green Snoozer is grouchy.
Good morning, Snoozer. How are you doing today?
I'm grouchy. Go away. And worst of all, Green Snoozer does not like reading road trips.
Get your things, Snoozer. It's time for another reading road trip.
No, I refuse. And then Checkers realizes that Snoozer is supposed to be red and yellow.
Oh my! Snoozer, you're not green. You are red and yellow. Did you take a potion that turned you into this? Oh dear. Hold on. Apply decontamination.
So Snoozer is cured and learns to be more responsible with science. And Snoozer never turns into an evil green Snoozer ever again.
I see. But perhaps Snoozer would like to do a real science experiment.
That would be a great idea. Can you help me? I don't know much about science stuff.
That's all right. Perhaps we could find a good science book that could guide us both.
Oh yeah! Science books!
Snoozer, I think we have our idea down and ready to go. Get yourself ready because we are about to be off on another reading road trip. Seatbelts.
Check. Backpack?
Check, check. Recording?
Oh, I almost forgot! Recording.
All right, Snoozer. Ascending in 3, 2, 1. We're off. Autopilot activated.
Checkers, where are we going?
That is a great question, Snoozer, but unfortunately I cannot answer it.
Why not?
Because, Snoozer, it's a secret. It will be more fun that way. But I will tell you, we're going somewhere to do a science experiment, and we'll be learning about science along the way, as well as some other great, amazing things about our Earth.
Oh boy, a mystery! I wonder what experiment we're going to do.
You know, I don't think it's going to be that dangerous, Snoozer.
Oofy, that's good. But where are we going to do the experiment?
Well, that I can tell you. We're going somewhere where there's a lot of space, an open field. Let me pull up the map. We're headed to an open field next to the egg patch. That's where we're going to do our science experiment. Along the way, Mrs. Hamilton is going to show you how to make a craft from her treehouse.
Yee-hee! Hey look, the books!
All right, well, let's check out a few.
What did we get?
Snoozer, here you go.
The Outdoor Scientist. The Wonder of Observing the Natural World by Temple Grandin, Ph.D. And Haywater by Antoinette Portis.
Superb. Well, I think we should probably take a closer look.
I'm ready!
Entering in 3, 2, 1.
Which book are we in?
We're in The Outdoor Scientist. This is a book that makes you want to go outside and do your own science experiments.
This must be Temple. She wrote the book. Oh, it says something. From a young age, I loved hunting for treasure on the beach. A feather was definitely treasure. Oh, she really likes the natural world.
Yes, the author has a personal story connected to many of the science experiments. And she also gives a background to each experiment. So this really feels like an interactive story where we can take part in the journey.
Oh, there's so many different experiments here.
This is a book packed with different science experiments that you can do right outside. The book does an excellent job providing us with different experiments and all the ingredients that we're going to need to make it happen. So this book is not so much about illustrations. The only artwork in the book is just showing us the different science experiments that we're going to be completing. This is more of a guide that can get us interested in science and make our own experiments come to life.
This one's for the beach. Checkers, I want to do some of these experiments.
Absolutely, Snoozer. And the great thing about this book is there are many different experiments, so you might be coming back to this book over and over throughout the year.
Oh, fantastic!
On to book 2. So now we're in Hey Water.
Where is water? I want to say, hey water, to water.
Well, that's the thing. Water is all around us, and it appears in many places and many forms.
What do you mean, Checkers?
Like out of the faucet, or in a river, or an ocean, or as rain falling from the sky.
Or a pool. Woohoo! A puddle. Dewdrops. Whee!
Of course, water also appears in the form of ice.
I think the book is showing us that water is very important.
Absolutely. That's a very astute read on this. We need water for just about everything.
Even our science experiment?
Maybe. Let's go.
Oof! I'm glad we got to go see those books. I forgot about how much I need water. I want water right now. Hey! My water didn't come down! This button is busted! It still isn't working! Another great mystery.
Snoozer, don't you have a craft to do?
Oh yeah! Checkers, I almost forgot about that! Let's go now!
All right, on to Mrs. Hamilton's class.
Boys and girls, would you like to do the Mrs. Hamilton craft just like me? Guess what? You can! Head to your local library for all the materials that we use in the craft. Plus, we have activity sheets, games, and a whole lot more. Your library might even have their very own snoozer. Come and see me! Anyway, back to the show. Are we there yet?
Yes. I'll see you later, Snoozer.
Oh, hi, Mrs. Hamilton.
Wow, Snoozer, you came in with quite a crash today.
I'm ready to rock and roll.
I'm glad. That's funny that you say rock and roll, because today we're going to make ourselves a pet rock.
What are the chances?
I know. So you need this sheet. We're going to cut out the pieces, and then we're going to design a mouth and have our very own pet rock. All right. I think I'm ready to go. So I'll put my eyes on, and then I have to think a little bit about what I want my mouth to look like. I can't wait to see your snoozers, because you're always so creative. So you can make your pet rock any way you'd like. I'll have to put my thinking cap on. I made mine. This is what it looks like.
That looks very funny.
Well, let me see yours.
This is mine. Mine has an afro, and it is very surprised. How do you like
Oh
it?
my goodness, look at that. Wow. One thing you can do, this is just a paper one, we can hang that up, but you can look for a rock today and you can paint it and make a face on it, and then you can have a real pet rock.
Whoa! Wowie!
Yeah, that would be a fun thing to do. Well, I'm so glad you came in, and I look forward to seeing you again next time.
And then I gave my rock an afro. And my rock is very surprised. Mrs. Hamilton said it was a good idea. Mrs. Hamilton really liked what I did.
I think you did a fantastic job. Excellent work, Snoozer.
Thanks, Checkers. But when are we getting to the spot we're going to?
Right now.
Oh my gosh! There it is!
That's right, Snoozer. Ready for entry?
Ready! Yippee!
All right, Snoozer, looks like we've arrived.
Now what's the experiment?
Okay, we're going to be flying a solar bag. I have a large deflated bag made out of plastic in the back of the van, and we are going to inflate it and then fly it. Here is the science of how it works. The word solar means the energy released from the sun. So the sun will be working for us today. The bag is black, which means it will absorb the sun's rays. As the sun warms the air molecules in the bag, their movement begins to speed up. Since the heated air inside the bag is less dense than the cooler air outside the bag, the solar bag will float. Now you can allow the wind to naturally fill the bag with air, but I think we're going to be speeding up that process today. Let's go. Okay, let's tighten it up first. Okay, Snoozer, the solar bag is in position. Now here's where you come in.
What are you doing, Checkers?
Let's go, Snoozer.
What do you mean?
Okay, Snoozer, we are in position. Are you ready?
Yippee!
Here we go. Wow!
It's working!
It's all the way down there. It's gonna blow up really big. Whoa!
Wowie! Look at it go! It's getting bigger and bigger! Whoa!
It almost looks like a tall building.
Checkers, you should try running with it.
Here we go.
Whee!
Pretty remarkable.
Another successful science experiment! This was a ton of fun.
Zot the Robot at your service. Today's book recommendations are Experiment with Outdoor Science. Fun projects to try at home. Steam Ahead by Nick Arnold. Brain Games STEM. Outdoor Science Experiments by Publications International Limited and Brain Games. DIY Science Outdoors by IglooBooks. Nature Activity Book for Little Ones by Samantha Lewis. Hey Water by Annette Portis. The Outdoor Scientist. The Wonder of Observing the Natural World by Temple Grandin, PhD. That is all for now. Goodbye.
Scientist Snoozer? Dr. Snoozer. Checkers, which is better, Dr. Snoozer or Scientist Snoozer?
So you're a scientist now.
No, you silly goose. I am a robot vacuum cleaner. But when I'm all grown up, I think I'm going to be a scientist. In a bigger vacuum cleaner. Checkers, am I going to grow bigger?
You know, to tell you the truth, Snoozer, I haven't thought that far ahead.
So tomorrow, I have a big science experiment planned. I'm going to see if I can make this house fly to the moon.
Why don't we start with something a little bit smaller scale? We have that great science book now.
Oh yeah, never mind. I will do one of those experiments instead.
All right, well, great, Snoozer. Now that we've got that squared away, let's get these files over to the Fuzzleland School. Until next time.